Welcome, dear friends. Here we are for another study of the Spiritist magazine. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we come together to nourish our souls at Kardec Radio. Welcome, my name is Shane Martin. I'm here with the Spirit Society of Richmond and with the Spiritist magazine. What a blessing to be with you. What a blessing to have the ability to study these beautiful teachings by the higher spirits, to have our mentors and guides bring us together to study this beautiful article today. Today's article is from issue 44 and is titled Learning by the Spirit Meimei through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. As always, I want to encourage everyone to visit spiritistmagazine.org, where you can find all of the issues free of charge just for you. The link to the app, to the Facebook page, to the donate button if you're able to do so, so on and so forth. And this is what the cover of the magazine looks like for those who are watching us on video. If you're not watching us on video, this is issue 44. You can join us in our discussion if you open the app of the Spiritist magazine and download issue 44. This is the article we're talking about now, and Meimei titled it Learning. So let's listen to Meimei's words today and understand what we better need to do to learn better. What are the things you and I need to learn today? So many things we came to learn in this lifetime, right? So Meimei says, I'm just adjusting the zoom, the magnification, so that we can read the topics together. There you go. Pretty bright, pretty large. Let me make sure I can make this part a little bit more visible. Meimei says, that's you and I, study sciences and philosophy, arts and languages. For this, you spend strength and time, don't we? We learn when we return from the spiritual realm. We do this internship on the earth. We go through learning. The moment we are in the womb, we're learning, we're listening, we're in that neuroplasticity. We learn to walk, we learn to talk, we learn how to read, and then we go through schooling, and then we go through university, and we obtain degrees, and then we use those degrees and knowledge to improve the life of all, hopefully. And she says, listen, because we need time and strength, resources, right, to learn. She says, listen, the love that Jesus has given us through roads of redemption can also be acquired in disciplinary practice. Let us strive to reach it. So she's reminding us kindly and lovingly with these beautiful words that we can use the roads of redemption as a tool to learn this beautiful love that Jesus has to offer us. What are our roads of redemption? The difficulties, the trials, the friendships, the love we share with one another, the things that are presented to us in this life through our reincarnatory plan, through our own choices and the presence of others in our lives that allows us to redeem our actions of the past and to grow and to transform, to learn more. She says, let us strive it. Disciplinary practice. I want to talk about a little bit about discipline, because in today's date, majority of incarnates are from discipline. We think we should do whatever we want, whenever we want, but discipline is valuable. Paul, in one of his letters in the New Testament, talks about discipline seems unpleasant at times, but yields a harvest of goodness. I'm paraphrasing him. What does that mean? When we are disciplined, we are actually truly free. We need to be disciplined. The moment, the same example we got before. We are disciplined. Our parents teach us there's a time to wake up, there's a time to sleep, there's a time to feed, there's a time to, we have to discipline ourselves to learn. We cannot do everything. Learn to tie our shoes, to brush our teeth, to take showers. That is discipline so that we can do what? Take care of this little vessel that is our body in this planet. Without the physical body, we do not stay incarnated, reincarnated. So we need to have the discipline, but the spiritual discipline of knowing I am here today. My mentors are with me. The discipline of prayer and connection of the superior spirits. Knowing that the roads of redemption are traveled. We can pass through the roads of redemption and come out the other side when we graduate from this life better, with more acquisitions of spiritual nature than when we arrived, right? But discipline is important. So when we come together and we discipline ourselves to be here at 8, hopefully at 9, with our friend Carol Correa, studying the divine laws. So the discipline of knowing that there are divine laws we need to acquire when you are incarnated on the earth with this physical body of the earth, of the composition of the earth, of the elements present on the earth. Then we also have to be disciplined towards the law of physical nature. So if you have a pen and you drop it, it's going to follow the law of gravity, right? I can't, it's only by me holding the pen that I can overcome the law of gravity. So that's discipline, the discipline of knowing what to watch, what to listen to, how to curate our feed. This is discipline. And she's saying, the love that Jesus has given us can also be acquired through practice. So is there either love, we learn through love, or we learn through pain. Let us strive to reach it. And how do we do it? Remember, the title is learning. She says, the title of the article is learning. She says, our companions are our instructors. So what are the people around you instructing you on, right? Well, let's go back to the analogy of learning. When you go to school, you have an instructor, you have a teacher, you have a professor. At home, we have our parents, our siblings. We're all teaching one another because we are companions. Some companions come to you. So now she's going to give us a little bit more about these companions. And I want you to think about who are these companions in your life, because the goal here is to apply it to our lives. They are those who disregard or attack you, right? We call them quote unquote enemies. Sometimes unconsciously, from whom you can learn what? Understanding and tolerance, detachment and forgiveness. So let's take a piece of paper and say, so someone attacks me next time, physically, emotionally, psychologically, in person or virtual. What are we learning from the attack? Understanding and tolerance. That's an instruction. We don't normally see difficulties as instruction. We see difficulties as hindrance. It's preventing us from getting where we are. But the things we experience in this life are for our education. Life on earth is a school, a hospital for us. We're not here to take vacations, passports, experiences. That's where we're going. We are being deluded by the allure of physical sensations. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. We're here to help one another. There's so much suffering we could help with. Other companions, remember companions as instructors, just like the teachers, the professors who taught us, we teach one another. That's just a different structured way of being. Remember, Kardec was an instructor. He helped reform education in France. He compiled all the teachings of the book you see here on my head, of the codification. He was instructing us using the teachings of the Spirit. He was a vessel for instructions. Other companions, so some come to us, others we seek, need to be sought by us. So who are we seeking? Who is coming to us and what we learn to learn from them? Understanding, tolerance, detachment, and forgiveness. Those we need to go after. Those are the companions to whom we owe protection, habitually domiciled in sickness or penury, in the cold lap of the night or in abandoned ruins. So either those who are sick in their homes or in hospitals, in nursing homes, or those who are poor in the physical, material way. In the cold lap of the night or in ruins, who are those? Our friends who are unhoused. When we are recording this to you for the first time, we're in summer, so they're not the cold lap of night, but in the heat of the summer, right? So what should we do to them? Those are companions who are going to be our instructors. We need to seek them. That's what she says in the phrase above. She says, go to them. Give them something of your possession or the crumb that supports your existence, food. Give them something. But leave them your gift, not just physical alms. As the law of charity tells us in the Spirit's book, not just physical charity, but leaving them gift, illuminated with your own love. So it's not like here it is something, it's just here something for you. Infuse it with love. Ask them their name. Smile, say hi to those who are in need. In the manner, but leave them with your gift, illuminated with your own love that you have inside of you, friend. In the manner of the sun, who light assures you of life without asking for recognition. Have you thought about it? We're being constantly illuminated by the sun. The phytoplankton in the ocean and the plants in the vegetable kingdom are photosynthesizing light, producing energy that we consume from the food chain. So when we give something to someone who is in need, those who are sick, homeless, poor, whatever the need is, we leave a little bit of our life, our light with them. Not just here something, but here something. We prepare with love and we give them. The same way we're gifted the life that we have on the earth that depends on the sun, our star for this solar system. And the sun is not asking us for recognition. The sun is not like, oh, thank you. Thank me for my light. Thank me. Just like sometimes we do, right? Sometimes we want recognition of others. We do charity because we want to be able to post. Or we do something in our homes, but we want the recognition of our loved ones. Even though we live there, it's our chore, it's part of keeping a house, but we need those words of affirmation. So the sun is giving to us and it's not asking. Have you thought about it? She says, Meimei says, do not postpone the learning. However, there is a condition for its accomplishment. So what do we need to do? She says, go and help. Those who come to us teach us understanding, patience. Those who we seek, we leave a little bit of our light with them. That's what we do when we go feed the homeless, when we volunteer at the food bank, like some centers do. Some go feed the homeless. Our center here goes to the food bank to volunteer. So we need to leave a little bit of light. So what is the condition for learning? She says, do not postpone. Do it today, friend. Wherever you are in the world, I assure you there's someone who needs your help. She says, help and forgive without saying this to anyone. Just help. Don't expect a thank you. Don't tell others. Don't brag about it. And then we get to a conundrum. We were talking about this past Sunday here at the center. But we want to tell people about our accomplishments as a group. Yes, we do, but not to brag, but to let people know there's an alternative to the weekend. There's an alternative to just barbecuing for 48 hours or watching games and sports for 48 hours on the weekend. You can spend a few hours helping others to encourage and inspire others to be the model. Jesus never spent idle time. Even when he was resting, he was praying, he was with his apostles, he was always serving. And if he's our God, truly our guide and model, as we claim as Spiritists, then we can use part of our weekend, part of our free time to give to others. Even if your gift is share this so others can feel inspired and feel that they have light inside of them to give, that the roads of redemption are to be traveled, meaning we're going to go through it if God is allowing us to experience difficulties, an attack, someone coming after us, of a loss of a loved one, or a loss of physical. It is going to be difficult. We are in a planet of trials and expiations undergoing planetary transition. But then there's the opportunities of learning, the instructors that I seek when I feel overwhelmed by my difficulties. The best thing you can do is to go help someone else. And then you create spiritual relationships. We talked about this in a different article here, where when you help someone without asking for a thank you, without expecting to be acknowledged, when we do it for the sake of doing, just as Jesus did, then we're building relationships with the loved ones of those who we're helping, that maybe one day we'll be the ones in need of help as well. Silence is the foundation in the didactics of love, because in all lessons, you'll be deeply in you and dialoguing with you in the presence of God, although sometimes around many people. So the journey is ours. My road of redemption, the things I have to learn are mine to be experienced. I might be in a crowd, but I am with myself in the presence of God, accounting to God alone my deeds, the things I need to accomplish. Even though I might be going through the experience with others, you might be serving the homeless at the food bank, at the nursing home, whatever your activity of service is, with others in your group. But that experience of service is yours, between you and God, nobody else. Give 1 minute of the time that you have, friends, out of the 24 hours of the day. We can give a minute, right? She says, or something you have of the many possessions that we have. Where I live, we're, compared to the rest of the world, we have too much. Too many options, too many things. So much so we have problems of over consumption, not under. But we have something to give. We do have right now in our closets, in our homes, our financial resources. If we're minimalists, then we can give our financial resources to reduce the cold of the hardship and the fever of affliction. We can visit nursing homes. There are plenty of seniors there who don't have their family members visit, who are lonely. We can go to hospitals and volunteer. We can feed someone who is in need. We can pay for the groceries of someone at a grocery store who we might think it's difficult. There's so many different ways we can be of service. In this immense path, you will discover the abandoned children to which you extend hope. We are all children of God. We're not abandoned because we have our mentors, we have our guides. While we may feel lonely, remember we may be alone in our own dialogue. And then someone comes and sees us in distress. They extend hope and consolation by reminding them that they are more than the physical. We're more than the difficulties in our road of redemption. That the love that Jesus gives to us is immense. We just have to learn to attune with His loving heart, guiding us each and every day on this lifetime. This is a book. It's a message from the book, Palavras do Coração, Hearty Words, by the Spirit Meimei, through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Xavier. Dear friends, what a blessing to be here with you every Tuesday. We do our best to be together so that we can learn with one another and from one another. Remember, you have lots of light to give today. Just look around, find someone to help. God willing, I'll be back with you next week with another installment of the Spiritist Magazine program. Until then, stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.